Okay, so on the day we have discussed about the set and list, like how the variables can be stored in a set, how the what is the difference between main difference between a set and a list. So set will store the elements, it will not store the duplicate elements, it will not store the null values, only one null value it will store. Whereas list is like it will store the duplicate elements and it will store the null values as well, and it is in ordered format. So those are the main differences. So, and I also shown you like how many ways we can iterate. See, here we can iterate by using the traditional for loop, we can iterate, and we can also iterate by using the for each, and we can also iterate by using the iterator, mainly the iterator. So like this we can iterate the data. Okay, so now today we are going to discuss about the map. Today we are going to discuss about the map interface. Okay, so here the list set, how they will store the values. They will store the values only, they will store only the values. they will store they will store only the values. Okay, and but if you go with the map, it will store both the key comma value. Will store both key comma value. Are you following, Raghava?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So if you want to
Is
store
it
one,
recording?
yeah, if you want to store only values, then only, if you want to store only values, then use set comma list. If you want to store both key comma value, then we can go with the map interface. We can go with the map interface. Okay, so map is an interface, we cannot create an object to it. Then how we can store the values into it? By using the hash map. Hash map is the implementation class. Hash map is the implementation class of map interface. By using hash map, we can implement it. Okay. So how to define object to it? Either we can define like this hash map. Here, what is the key? For example, key is also integer, give integer. Value is also integer, give integer. Okay. So hash map object equal to new hash map of integer comma integer, like that you can give. So whatever the form, and another way is like directly hash map, if you want the key as a string and value as an integer, like this we have to define the generics. These are all the generics. Hash map equal to new hash map of string integer, like that store. Okay, so how we can store, for example, if you take the first scenario, how we will store hash map dot. See, in the set and list, if you want to insert any element, what is the method? I told you which method we will use in the set and
Hash set,
no,
linked hash set.
no, if I want to insert any elements, which method we use?
For each
No, add.
list add
Add is a
add
method
method.
which is used to insert the elements into the list, like adding the elements to the list. For example, I want to add the elements to the map. Then we have a method called as put. Put. By using put, we can add the elements. How? What is the key? In the first scenario, I am telling. In the first scenario, I am telling. Key is integer. Value is also integer, right? So integer 1 comma 10, like this. Okay, hash map dot put of 2 comma 20, hash map dot put of 3 comma 30, like that we can display, like that we can display. Okay, so here if you want to add a string and string with these things, string with an integer, then how to add? Tell me. Then how to add? Tell me.
Hash set of string value comma integer.
Very good. That's it. So hash map dot put off string. Okay, ABC equal to integer 10 like this. Okay, hash map dot put off def comma 20 like this. Okay, okay, like this we have to do. Okay, now for example I want to store one integer, one string. How to define a hash mapper? Hash map of integer and then string, like that you have to
String and
define. So how to enter the elements? Hash map dot put of integer 1 comma string.
1 comma string
Hello,
value.
for example apple. Hash map dot put of 2 comma mango, like that you have to enter the elements inside a hash map object. For example, I inserted the elements, I want to retrieve the elements. You got my point? I want to retrieve the elements. Then which method is used? We are having a method called as get. By using the get method, we can retrieve the elements. How to retrieve? Hash map dot get get of whatever the key you want, you can give. For example, ABC means if you give ABC, it will retrieve. It will retrieve. So we are having so many methods like get key, get the value. So many methods are there. So many methods it will support. Okay. Shall we see a program?
Yeah.
You teacher comma. Now I want to enter the elements. Hash map dot put of. See, these are all the methods. If you give hash map object, so these are all the methods. Put all, put if absent, compute. These are all the methods. So put of. What is the key? Integer 1. Comma. What is the value? What is the value? String. So give some string value. Next, hash map dot put of. What is the key? 2. What is the value?
String.
Give some string value. Then hash map dot put of 3 comma. Now see. Got it? You got it? See, this is the left side,
Yes.
the key value, equal to the right side is the value. The left is the key, equal to after assignment operator, whatever you are getting, that is the value. So like this, we can store the values inside a hash map. So hash map will allow one null value. Hash map dot put off. If you give one null value, it will take no problem. Save it and then run it. See, you got it right. So always the null value must be the first position. In the zeroth position, it will store. So remaining all will store in a remaining. See, if I add the null in the last also, it always stores in the zeroth position. What happens if I add one more null? See here.
I think it will not take.
It, we don't get any uh,
Compile
error.
time error.
We don't get any error, but it will not take. It will override. See, 1 second. Hmm. తెలీదు. నేను క్లాస్లో ఉన్నంత కాల్ చేస్తాను. యాపిల్, ఆరెంజ్, గ్రేప్స్, బనానా, వాట్ ఎల్స్ ఫ్రూట్స్.
Pineapple ki.
Did you get jackfruit? No, right? So, hash map, if you give multiple null values, also it won't scold you. But what it will do, it will accept only one null value. What is the updated one you are having, that value only it will take. So, instead of jackfruit, watermelon was overridden. Clear?
Yes.
Yes. Now, if I want to retrieve any element, how to retrieve? Hash map dot
Get.
get. Get. See, these are all the methods. Get off. What is the key you want to give? That key you give. If you give three means you will get grapes. See, got it?
Yes.
Yes. So like this, you have to write a hash map object. Now, if you want to iterate it, see, for example, we are having iterator for each, and then so many things in order to iterate the list and the set. Okay, then for example, if you want to iterate the hash map, then these iterator for each, it won't these are all will not work for hash map iterator. So in order to iterate a hash map, so we are having a methods called as iterator. Okay, we can iterate. Okay, we can iterate by using iterator, it's okay, but we have to use some of the methods called as key set, values, like that. But if you want to go with directly an iterator, then we can use entry set. Okay, I will tell you how to iterate. First, I will show you how to iterate with the normal for each normal iterator. Okay, we're having some methods. So this is like this, right? So for example, I want to iterate the values. So we are having iterator, right? Iterator is an interface. Iterator it equal to hash map dot. Here we are having iterator directly, but in hash map we should not. There is no direct method. There is no direct access for iterator. So instead of that, we are having some more methods called as key set. or else. So these are all the methods. Clone, compute, contains, entry set, esket, key set, notify and remove. So these wait, these are all the methods. So by using keys, we want to iterate means then key set. If you want to retrieve the elements by using the keys, then we can go with the key set dot iterator. Dot iterator. Like that, you can use. So here, import it. Okay, now by using this iterator, as usual, while loop, while iterator dot has next means like if there is a next element is there or not, like that we are checking. Okay, int key equal to what is iterator dot next it dot next. Okay, like this we have to define by. Okay, the key is
This next
integer,
int we
right?
have to give
Sorry.
for integers. So we have to give the method next int, right?
That is scanner. That
Okay,
in the
okay, okay,
scanner class that is next into, but in the iterator we are having has next. I told you in the before class also in the list example also.
okay.
I told you, see, has next. We are having methods called as has next next in iterator. So those things we have to use. Okay, it dot next. So here it is. We have to typecast it because the key is integer, right? So we have to typecast it next. So then display it, then display system dot out dot println. Okay, key plus what is the key, this one. Okay, just give that key, run it. Okay. So the first one is null value, right? So okay, we'll first element is null, right? If you give nulls, always it will stored in the first position. So it was retrieving but it was showing null pointer exception. You got my point?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So get the key. So what is the get key? So here you understood why we got null pointer exception.
Yeah, there is a null
Null
in
values are
the.
there. I told you like always the null values will be stored in the first position. So first key it was retrieving, right? So it was getting the null pointer exception. We are retrieving keys, right? So
Yes, yes.
one second, I will this one I will put the charger. See, keys 1, 2, 3, 4. So for each every key, the value we are retrieving. Clear?
Yes.
Clear?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now, without using this iterator, how to define? How to define without using this iterator?
Is there any method to iterate
Yeah,
again?
there is one method. I will tell you. This is one way of iterating. Another way is by using for each. For what are keys are all integers, right? So we can take integer. Having a method called as key set. If you want to retrieve only keys, by using key set, you can retrieve. See, only keys 1, 2, 3, 4 it will get. So if you want to retrieve values, then we are having a method called as values. We can use those things. Values are strings, right? Use string. Here, instead of key set, you can use values. That's it. Here, values. Got it? See, if you want to retrieve the keys, we can use a method called as keys. Sorry, key set. If you want to retrieve the values, only values, we can, if you want to
Values.
retrieve only keys, the method is key set. If you want to retrieve only values, the method is values.
Values.
Okay, we can iterate like this. If you want to retrieve both key and value pair at a time, then we have a method called as entry. I will tell you. We have a method called as entry. One second. Like this. For map dot entry. By using entry method, we can iterate it. What is the key? Integer. We have to give integer. Comma string. Then create an entry object. Okay. Get key. get value. Like this we can retrieve by using the entry, both at a time. See, like this. Okay, I will give some space. Understood? See, if you want to retrieve by iterator, we can retrieve by using key set method. Okay. If you want to retrieve only keys, we have a method called as key set. If you want to retrieve only values, we can have a method called as values. If you want to retrieve both keys and values at a time, we are having a method called as entry. By using entry is also an interface. By using this entry, we can retrieve the elements by using the method called as entry set. By using this method, we can give all the objects to the entry reference, and by using that entry reference we have a method called as get key and get value. By using those things we can retrieve the keys and values of a hash map. Clear?
Yes.
Yes. So this is about hash map. Okay. So I'm having a meeting at 11 o'clock. In tomorrow's class, we will discuss about concurrent hash map. Okay.
Okay, sir.